KIF is a non-profit organization that is striving to be a positive disruptor to the Iowa soccer community.
Among other things, we promote accessibility, diversity, and integration at the grassroots level.
Check us out on our website at KIFsoccer.com or on our social media accounts.
This podcast is distributed on multiple platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, even Stitcher. Plus, you can watch it on YouTube. Make sure to rate and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes.
We're your co-hosts, Ben and Blake. Ben's learning to play the guitar. Oh, and we're here to talk soccer. I can't read and play at the same time. It's really hard.
That's right, Ben. All soccer, all the time. Welcome to the show.
That's right. What's up, Siebes? Oh, yeah. Wait, how do we do this? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Iowa soccer supporters. We're trying something a little new today, but I'm still your co-host, Ben Brackett, along with my good buddy, Blake Siebers. What's up, Siebes?
We got a lot of different stuff going on. We're in the lair. We got the guitar. Hopefully our production value goes up. It was a little loud, so I'll be interested to see if anybody can actually hear that intro when we were talking.
It will definitely be interesting. We may have to just cut that all out and record it separately. But that said, we are here and we're ready to rock. No pun intended. What did we do last night? Seems I can't even remember.
Yeah, so we checked out Central Men and the Simpson Men down at Bill Buxton Stadium in Indianola, Iowa, just down East 14th.
Yeah, Highway 69. Yeah, so we did that. Great little game. Classic sort of American Rivers Conference battle. Beautiful night out. What'd you think about the weather, weatherman?
What a night for soccer.
Oh,
Beautiful was here. We actually had a little tailgate. We kind of invaded a tailgate, but some Simpson alumni were down there.
Yeah, which is always cool to see, a group of people getting together to support their alma mater. Yeah, I think, you look around at some of these other local programs, I would say that the Simpsons alumni are probably one of the more active and supportive of their program. So it's fun to go and just catch up with some of those guys. And I just think it's fun to see them getting together. It's kind of like, they all didn't play together, but they all share that same, Simpson bond.
Yeah, it makes it easier, right? Des Moines being a little bit closer. A lot of guys, it was like 22 minutes, I think, from the studio here.
Yeah, when you get down there south of Army Post, it literally says Indianola 11 miles. It's like, wait, what? It's that close? But it absolutely is. That's probably a draw for a lot of those boys because they're just far enough away that they're not like in their backyard, but they can get home quickly.
Yeah, a couple friends of the pod too on the Simpson staff. Old Jimmy Frizzell made an appearance at the tailgate and then made his way over to talk to the boys, and obviously Rick Isaacson, I think, stays engaged with some of those guys.
And don't forget Marcus Varnum over there. We didn't get a chance to say hello to him.
I didn't see him.
They said his name. I didn't see him either, but he's probably, maybe he was busy coaching for the Rush. Or no, oh my goodness, he switched.
Carousel, yeah.
Oh, keep track of that. Okay, so he's at BSA. That's right. Well, anyway, it's hard to keep track when you're just too busy talking soccer all the time.
Yeah, we'd be remiss not to mention the women's game before, so that was a good result for Simpson.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to the action. We're
transition.
Oh, we should have a transition. Okay. All right. We're without the Titan tactician today. Kind of a sad deal because he was with us last night. He did give us a little bit of his thoughts, so we can let's kind of recap the game.
Yeah. So we get down there, and I don't know what do you think, Ben? Maybe 5 minutes into the game.
There's sixth minute.
Okay. So
ball goes over the top. I think it's Russell's his name, right? Last name.
Who got fouled?
Yeah, Andrew Russell.
For Simpson.
Correct. Yep.
Into goal. In 1v1. And there's literally no, we're going to hammer the referees here because there's no way that's not a red card.
Yeah.
And a penalty.
I think
there's no way. There's no debating anything.
I was going to say, even if you're trying to say he wasn't the last man, it's clearly denied a goal scoring opportunity. He's in on goal. To me, that's the red card, right? Dogso, isn't that
Yeah,
the thing?
I mean, there was nobody. I mean, he was clearly the last man. The Simpson boy was 8 yards from goal and just gets absolutely clattered, taken down, and
From behind, really.
Yeah, completely from behind.
Yeah,
and I don't know how a yellow card even enters the referee's mind, the linesman's mind, which is right there.
Yeah, and
Baffling.
I think that overall, it's one of those that, it's 6 minutes into the game, so I'm not like taking the referee's side. I'm just trying to like figure out what his psyche is. Like he's probably going, okay, well, 5-6 minutes in, don't want to ruin the game, don't want to make the game about me, but rules are the rules, and it totally would have changed the game, wouldn't it? I mean, PK red card it's arguably the worst call in the game, at least for the team that it's called against, right? I mean, there's no more devastating thing to happen.
Correct. I mean, and if I'm Rick, I say referee, like either I get sent off or he gets sent off. Like you literally can't. Like one of us has to go, me or the player that actually should get sent off. And that, like you said, change the game, but it also you have to make a call. It's not U10 soccer where you just let the boy play because it's the 5th minute.
Exactly, and I think that's the we'll talk about the rest of the game, obviously, and if you're if you know the result, you would know that it stayed close and things could, I mean, literally it was competitive all the way till the end, despite I think everybody that was there agreeing that Simpson was the better side. And maybe that's where we should talk. It's a great segue. We love segues. Because after Russell's foul, local Jordi Triana Vasquez, Jordi played for the Des Moines Menace club team and then was a Valley Tiger prior to bouncing around a little bit before ending up at Simpson. And what a player he is.
Easily man of the match, easily the best player on the field, I think, without doubt, without question.
Yeah, always looking to play forward passes, always looking to combine with his teammates, sharp, sharp on the ball. He's not the kind of player that takes 10 touches. He's the kind of player that takes 1, 2 effective touches. But stepped up for the penalty. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, what kind of like this is hilarious.
Yeah,
by the way, isn't it?
Yeah. Check it out on our stories because we posted it, albeit a little late. But smashes it low into his left, beats the goalkeeper, hits the post, bounces off the post, hits the goalkeeper in the back of the head, hits the post again, hits the goalkeeper on the back and pops up and hits the post like high and then bounces back down over the goalkeeper. So I don't know if that even makes sense, but the way it fell allowed for just enough time for Jordy to get there and punch home the winner. Or I mean, not the winner, but the first goal of the game.
Yes, I mean, he like smashed it hard enough. That's why those Carol's post, goalkeeper post.
Yeah, it was very funny. And also great commentary on the goal from some of our pals sitting there just wanting to know what the odds are of being a ball like that goes in. I mean, what are the odds, Steve? A triple ricochet?
Yeah, not high.
But maybe that just goes to show you the talent of young Jordy. So anyway, so Jordy, as we said, very much the man of the match. Playing, he'd always find himself in position so that you kind of play that ball around the corner, so he's facing forward and looking for the forward's feet. And that's, I think, maybe another staple, at least of this squad for Simpson is, they've got some big boys up top that can hold the ball up and run it behind, right?
Yeah, Simpson completely controlled the first half. This game is pretty much a tale of two halves, actually.
Yeah, and you'd
opposite in the second half.
Yeah, and you'd hear Coach Laidlaw, he said that at halftime, like, yeah, we definitely got outplayed.
Yeah, and they, Simpson, like you said, though, we watched them play, 2 years ago, where it was not attractive soccer. It was not enjoyable. I mean, it was effective, but not enjoyable for a neutral. And this year, they've clearly got more technical players because it was much more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah,
agree, Ben?
Definitely. No question about it. So, I think that it was just chance after chance in the first half for Simpson. I think at one point, gosh, well, let's see, I bet you the stats are here, but how many corner kicks did they have?
Well, there's a lot, and they clearly, go ahead, Ben, how many?
Well, it says 8.
There had to be 5 in the first, at least. Remember what, that 10-minute period, they had 5, and they were all, one ball was good.
Yeah.
And the others, like Rick, maybe you draw up a short corner with you guys having a little more of a technical side because your boys weren't winning any ball that was in the air.
No, but when they fizzed it in there and they played that sort of like low driven corner, I think that was good. Yeah. So any other players stand out to you, Steve? I'm trying to remember everybody's name. I did notice another local player that I have some experience with, Juan Sandoval, former Lincoln boy. Saw him run around. He's got a very distinct playing style. It was fun to see him out there doing his thing.
Yeah, we're getting out of where we saw, we first started covering Game of the Week on the high school side 3-4 years ago. So now some of these guys like that Imamovich boy that played at Urbandale,
Yep.
Alan was good.
Yep.
For Simpson. Like you said, Triano. I guess Salman Mamola played for Central, which he fit in, did well there. So yeah, it's kind of cool going back to see some of these guys, right, that we first started talking to and covering when they're high schools.
Yeah, exactly. Some other guys at Simpson, we talked about the big boys up top. You had Enrique Idahan, and then Andrew Russell, and then also Ronaldo Ordaz and Brano, who scored the what turned out to be the winner. Let's talk about that goal again, because we talked about Jordy Triano being the guy, and we were literally sitting there at this point in the game. It's probably 30 minutes in. Me and Dave Williams were just going on and on about, man, he's quite the player. And shortly thereafter, he gets slipped in on the right flank and picks out, just absolutely picks out Ronaldo on the back post, right? Easy. It was a good header, but if he didn't finish it, I think people would have been frustrated with him, because what a ball.
Yeah, it was great low ball, great header, and just again deserved its second goal to go up 2-0, kind of all the momentum going into halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have anything else for the first half?
No, I was just going to say, I think we saw an injury sort of towards the end of the first half. If you remember, we saw like an ankle injury, and we just sort of, it became a highlight of the halftime interviews, right? The question, was, what's going on? And Laidlaw says they've just been having injury troubles all year. And so, I know at that level, it can be a big problem. It sounds like depth-wise, they were taking, they were shuffling, maybe they're short on defenders, so shuffling guys that play in the attack into the back.
Yeah, I think unfortunately a little reflective of their record, right? They're struggling this year, and the lack of depth and all the injuries are unfortunately catching up to them. Because we went down to see Central play 3 years ago, was it now? Down at their cool little stadium.
Well, yeah, Matt and I went without you.
You did.
We took the old Sockor van down. RIP.
But Laidlaw, he must have got stuck into the boys at halftime, because Central was definitely much better, which they couldn't get much worse in the first half, but they were much better, and then easily the better team in the second half, and got a goal right within the first minute or two and changed kind of all the momentum, and definitely put Simpson on the back foot, struggling to get out of there with 3 points.
Yep. Set piece, corner kick ends up being, what gets Central back in the game. And I think it goes back to the discussion around the penalty and the potential red card, or the probably should have been red card, because I think in this situation you go, it was we did this is really funny. What did we talk about at halftime with Rick? We talked about the most dangerous lead in the game, right? And so it's 2-0. They give up a goal in the 47th minute, so 2 minutes into the second half. So they probably go in at halftime feeling good, come out, kind of foot off the gas. Central scores, and then 2-1, down a goal, or up a goal, is that is the most dangerous lead, right? I think we can agree with that, right?
Correct.
So playing a man down, you think that happens? And if it does, it's not necessarily as big of a deal, right? You give up a goal quick, you're still up a man, and you just grind it out the whole rest of the half. But this turned out to be really make it a close contest.
Yeah, and I think you got to give Central credit.
Absolutely.
Right? They coming back fighting and making a game of it, and actually made it a pretty enjoyable game, because normally in those games where one team has all the play in the first half, and then the other team, was on the front foot, usually there's like a 30-mile-an-hour wind. You can't get out of your own half, but it was completely calm, and our weather crew did a pretty good job of giving everybody an update, but it did. So well done to Central. And you don't want to take, I hate everybody's like, oh, we lost, but we got to come out with positives. But I think they showed a little bit of character, literally not having a kick of the ball in the first half, coming back and completely dominating the second half.
Yeah, I would guess they'll be a little disappointed not to get a little more from the game. We should shout out the goal scored by Cole Manuel, who's that's not a name I recognize, but shout out to him. Good finish. I think I'm just looking at the stats right here. And I think something that's really indicative of the game or what we saw, Simpson had 14 shots and 5 on goal. That means a lot of shots not on goal, right? So I think that might be something they want to work on a little bit, just like in the attacking third, creating chances that are on target. I don't know. That sounds like a really silly or really obvious thing, but I would just say, literally based on that alone, I would go, oh man, you'd think they would have maybe come away with a little more than that.
Yeah, you talk like Baraka's got a little broken toe, something, right? So that may impact that efficiency in the final third.
Yeah, he did have a good scoring record last year.
But yeah, it's maybe Frizzell needs to get him to do a little Frizzell's finishing clinic.
Yeah, a little finishing by Frizzell.
Yeah.
No, and that's part of the game, and maybe it was just an off night. So what do we know now, Steve? So,
yeah, Central. So Simpson's on a little bit of a roll, right? They beat real quick. With the question we kind of posed was, is this like the biggest rivalry for Simpson? And you kind of quote Loris, maybe Luther, but via the proximity between the two, the common thought was this was a big rivalry, and like surprisingly not super chippy, didn't get out of hand. So, but yeah, so on that note, though, Simpson beat Loris the other night, so which I think for them is a pretty good result, and they're now 2-0 in the conference, and Central unfortunately dropped their second one to go 0-2.
That's correct. But yeah, I think that's an interesting thing. The American Rivers Conference is it's pretty tight little conference. I think you've got a group of teams that can kind of win and lose on any given day. And then, you'll see as we get further into the fall, the weather starts changing. Every field's a little bit different. You've got like a nice turf football field, like at Simpson. But then like if you go down to Central, they've got a beautiful grass stadium. But, if we actually get some rain here, and it gets nasty out, that can be a challenging place to play.
Yeah. So, Central's on a little bit of a slide right now. They've lost 4 in a row, trying to get back on. So they played Loris on Saturday afternoon at home.
Very good.
And I think Simpson plays Wartburg.
That's correct.
Do you know the day?
It said right here. I saw it. It would be on Saturday
night as well.
Yep.
So we're getting to those. This is the love it conference season, right? The old Wednesday, Saturdays, Tuesday, Friday, couple games a week, conference games that are going to be battles. Yeah, absolutely. And you look at the size of each squad and the depth of all these squads, especially a team like Simpson. If they can stay healthy, they could probably go pretty far. And they're positioned to handle a grueling season like this. Yeah. So stay tuned. I guess one kind of quick thing we should plug is our YouTube channel. So again, check us out in the layer. You can see our guitar maestro.
How about just like in-house band?
In-house band.
Yeah. Like I'm basically like Questlove.
Yeah. So join us. Real quick plug our free clinics on Saturday mornings. This week we will be at Cheatham Park 9 a.m. We had a massive turnout at Clive last week, which was awesome, but a little challenging. Yeah, Coach Sieber's got a run around in. Well, actually, he didn't get a run around in. They ran him around. I got a run around in with the old kids. Was able to score a couple goals, made me feel good about myself. Yeah, stay tuned. We got our September plays of the month are finally whittled down. So those will be going up for you all to vote on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Stay tuned for those. We got a couple goals and a save. And then what else are we plugging? We got mini pitch openings that you should start seeing, kind of our last little round for the fall, some unveilings. What else we have, Steve? We've got free clinics still Saturday mornings, which we talked about. And then we're talking about a little holiday party, aren't we? We are. So stay tuned for that, especially if you're a supporter, member of the Supporters Club. And if you're not, there you go. Love it. This is your chance because we're going to have a banger
going into the holidays, which should be pretty fun.
How do you join the supporters club, and what is that, Ben?
Well, the supporters club, you can do that on our website, which is www.kifsoccer.com. Should be able to figure it out from there if you can read. And you get all sorts of swag, and then basically like all the hot info from Kick It Forward before everybody else gets it
For a low price of
$20. Yeah, which is basically the cost of all the stuff. So it's not a bad deal, guys. Get in on it. We just wanted to make sure you know about all the stuff we're doing. So what else you got, Steves?
That's it. Let's see this outro. Here we go. Put us out, man.
What am I playing? What should I play?